New at 10, a powerful program at the Blount County Jail. Inmates, some facing drug charges, others theft, even murder, now have the option to be baptized. Catherine Patterson sat down with one of the inmates who says she has found this gives her a chance for a better future.
Yes, and Jonathan, Heather Heaton said that she thought that she had lost all hope 2 years ago. She got into a car wreck. She says it was because of alcohol and drugs. Her 3-year-old son and another man were killed in that wreck. And now, after a year in jail and now awaiting trial, she's working to forgive herself.
And he would just sit there and smile at me, and I mean, there was nothing you could do to get my child not to smile.
It's a smile Heather Heaton can now only see in pictures. Her 3-year-old son, Brendan, and 79-year-old Grady Goodwin killed 2 years ago in a wreck on Highway 79.
I made a choice to get behind the wheel of a car and drive intoxicated, and I took 2 lives, and that's something heavy that weighs on me daily.
The pain still raw.
I'm so sorry that I took your daddy from you, your grandfather.
But after spending a year at the Blount County Jail, she's realized there's hope.
I want to see real change in our community.
Sheriff Mark Moon says it's his mission to give these inmates the hope they need to lead better lives, one baptism at a time.
In all my years in law enforcement, all I see is a revolving door here. Same people coming in and going out. It's just a revolving door, and I'm tired of seeing that.
So with the gospel preached by Redeemed Ministries, 16 female inmates chose to get baptized.
Every one of them were crying and singing the praise songs, and it wasn't just a jailhouse religion. I felt like for the most part it was real to these ladies.
So real to inmates like Heaton, who says she knows her son would be so proud of who she's become.
Now, Sheriff Moon says that they don't pay Redeemed Ministries a dime to baptize these inmates, and it's an option. It's not mandatory for them. And Jonathan, he says that he hopes by sharing the word of God to these inmates that he's making a difference.
Powerful information there. Thanks, Catherine.
For John Lanier, figuring out the history behind sites like this is always fascinating.
There are cemeteries, and a cemetery may show up any place, and the last thing you want to do is to disturb it.
So instead of disturbing it, Lanier and other members of the Birmingham African American Genealogy Group research it. So when Sandra Frost found this headstone in a vacant lot next to her uncle's home, we knew we had to call Lanier.
Oh my God, he said, this is a headstone with a human name on it. He said, look like somebody may have been buried out here.
The headstone, crumbling under a tree, read the name Eloise Pendleton, born in 1889 and died in 1971. And after Lanier walked around the lot, he found other stones that intrigued him.
I don't know, it could be part of a family burial ground, I don't know.
Fast forward 24 hours, Lanier and Wanda Looney came back with documents, pictures, and fascinating stories about Eloise Pendleton, who moved here from Selma and had 3 daughters.
In 1971, she passed away. Her house was on this property right here that I'm sort of looking towards that truck. Her property faced 67th Street.
Here's what that house looked like.
The house right there.
It's actually where she died, but not where she was buried.
Well, we got some good news.
Okay.
Well, the good news is that Miss Pendleton is buried at Grace Hill Cemetery, and as far as we can tell, there are no other burials out here.
Relieving news for Frost, but her next question, why was the headstone here and not at the cemetery?
This marker was made as a marker for her grave, but it was never ever delivered. It was just left here.
Now, Frost hopes a relative may hear this and give a proper headstone for Pendleton.
A mystery resolved thanks to Fox 6 on my side.
New at 10 tonight, a total stranger braving this triple-digit heat today just to honor murdered Iraq War veteran Mike Gelati, a man he never met, but he stood right under the memorial sign for Gelati, who was killed outside his Hoover home back in 2016, as you well remember. Catherine Patterson with us tonight, talking to this man about why he felt the need to stand there and step up.
Yeah, Jonathan, that man's name is Roy Brook. He says he didn't even know Gelati or his family, but he says after hearing about this new sign in honor of the Iraq War veteran, he packed up some water bottles, got his flag, and decided he'd spend the day honoring him.
With every car, a nod, a wave, a sign of honor.
I just feel like it's something I had to do.
With a bag of water and a cold towel, Roy Brooks stands by this Memorial Bridge sign for Mike Gelati.
They don't know me. They'll probably never meet me. But I feel like I know him simply because he's a veteran. I have a son in active Army. And, you know, I'm just very sensitive to it.
Gelati, an Iraq War veteran, shot and killed in his front yard on the morning of January 5th, 2016, on his way to go work out.
I mean, it's a damn shame, excuse me, that he fought in a war, two tours, and got murdered in his own driveway, and nobody answered for it.
No one was ever convicted in Gelati's murder.
Mike was all about overcoming obstacles.
One Hoover City councilor hopes this Alabama Highway 150 bridge sign serves as a symbol of the city's support and love for his family.
And the bridge signifies just that aspect of his life, just overcoming obstacles.
A husband, a father to 2 young boys, taken too soon. But his name, his memory, his honor, never forgotten.
Well, I just think what him and those like him have gone through. I just can't let it go. I'm just sorry for the family.
And this coming Monday, Councilman Middlebrooks is asking the entire Hoover community and beyond to come together for a meeting to show their love and support for the Gelati family. And Jonathan, that meeting is going to be this coming Monday, 6 p.m. at Hoover City Hall.
You say the name Mike Gelati, we talked about this. Everybody in Hoover and around this area still remembers that. Great, great sign out there tonight.